Well, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Yes, indeed. It's a day in which I am really behind. I don't know why or what happened, but last night when I went to bed, I didn't do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I didn't get things ready. I just fell into bed, and then I woke up late, and then trying to get things done. It's like, what on earth was I thinking last night? So it's been fun. It's been joyous, and I'm not quite sure where everything is or what's happening yet. So good morning. Thumbs up for that. The daily Shelton, Washington weather report, plague rat report, and just also news of stuff. Weather-wise, it did not rain yesterday, though it was very warm, very muggy, overcast last night when I went walkies. It's still overcast and muggy outside, though it's not hot yet. Ugh. Now, I went walkies last night, and I actually took my little camera out, and I did a little walkies around town video. Now, I'm not sure if I really am going to use the first half of this, and if I do, I'm just going to put it at the end. Because I first started off making it hey, I'm going to show you all the stuff in Shelton that's closed down and how we're a small dying place and my thoughts on the whole covfefe bug and reopening and how it only takes one, and then I realized, this is just depressing. And so I went, forget this. Spent 10 minutes walking all the way, well, not all the way back, because I'd started in southern Shelton, made a loop up into upper southern Shelton, which adds a mile onto the walk, and then I was in downtown Shelton, and then had wandered halfway through downtown Shelton and went, you know what, screw this is depressing. Walked back to the beginning of downtown Shelton, and then just said, hey, here I am walking on the railroad tracks. These are the railroad tracks of this area, because I've shown them in the distance, but I've never really walked on them in a video. And so we walk on the railroad tracks in the video, up until the point that I get to this one trestle. Now, I don't know if I can get in trouble for showing it, but I actually tried to cross the trestle. Woo! It wasn't dangerous. It was not dangerous, because this is a trestle that used to have trains go over the top of it, and they're maintaining the tracks so that if they need to, they can have the train come through. But I was walking on the railroad ties. I got 3 ties on the trestle, which is like 10 feet over this creek. And some of the ties started to shift because, they've just got these posts through them that hold them on. They're just chunks of wood. And so walking on it, they shift and they move. And it went clunk, 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 and deep sounds. And I went, okay, that's it. Nope. So I turned around, walked back off the 3 ties, back onto the ground, wandered all the way around, and then got onto this side. And recorded back over it going, that's where I was, and then was recording the area in there. Now, I think I got somebody going, now what's happening? Because as I was recording the trestle, and then just taking a recording, and then I saw the guy, and I just ignored him because I wasn't doing anything wrong. But this guy comes out of his house, walks about 10 feet in my direction with his hands on his hips, just staring at me as I'm up on the tracks and recording this stuff. And like I said, I just ignored him and then wandered away as I was recording the tracks and then just talking and going, oh yeah, look at all this stuff. And then eventually as I wandered away, he just, after staring at me, wandered back into his house. So it was like, internally I'm feeling, on the one hand, it's like, well, I'm sorry I bothered you. But on the other hand, it's like, okay, I am not on your property. I'm not doing anything dangerous. I am not trespassing on anything. Stare at me all you like, pal. So thumbs up. Got a good video on the track walk. And then I actually recorded some of, there's this school grounds that has a public park right attached to it, and then it's got a public garden type thing where they can go in and they grow stuff on that, and it's both an elementary school And even though there's a chain link fence separating the two campuses, if this a stone throw away and a slight difference all on the same area, there's a high school. So it looks cool. And it's also an alternative high school. So if you're not doing well in the normal high school, you can go to this place and you come out with a high school degree. It's just they're able to work with you so that you can get through stuff. My daughter went there. My brother-in-law's, one of their daughters went there. And so it works. It's fine. It's a good thing. But it was fun. I'm glad I walked around. So I walked around for a long time, and that was good. I'm very glad. Got a lot of, like I said, a lot of videos. So I'm going to start off with the railroad video. And then at the end, if you want to watch the depressing stuff, I'm going to have the, yeah, this is shot, this is shot, this is shot, oh, and this is shot. So I don't blame anyone for not wanting to watch that part. Ooh, carbon dioxide trying to escape from my body. Successfully noticed. And then, of course, had therapy yesterday. Talked with my therapist about everything that's going on, which really ties into this, since if you're a non-U.S. citizen and you've been watching the news, you may have noticed that the cops on video have been acting like brown-shirted, jack-booted fascist thugs, attacking people, being brutal, just, it's terrible. The latest one that I watched is, they're marching, show of force through this one place. And this old guy, 75 years old as it turns out, he just comes up to either talk or give a helmet back, and they just go BAM! Shove him backwards. He goes flying and slams his head on the ground. And as he's lying there, bleeding out of his ear in a growing pool of blood, one cop tries to check on him, and another cop just pulls him away and says no. So they leave him there. They have become fascist, brown-shirted, jack-booted thugs. They've always been that way. Just right now, it's even worse. And I know there are people that say, and I've believed it most of my life, that there are good cops. There are good cops, and it's just, it's just a few bad apples, as they say. But as others have said, no other profession do they allow a few bad apples. If you have pilots, you don't say, most of our pilots land. It's just that a few of them, there's a couple bad apples. Some of them might fly the aircraft into mountains. Does that work? No. What happens if you get those? You get rid of them. You don't just keep them in the force. You don't say, well, these are just bad apples. No. A few bad apples poisons the whole bushel, the whole orchard. If you can't get rid of the few bad apples, you have a bad orchard. If you have an orchard where, just at random, one or two of the apples might just poison and kill your entire family, that's not a few bad apples, that's a bad orchard. You need to dig it up and get rid of it. So, that's joyous. It's bad in the United States. We are rapidly devolving, and it's not good. We've got people trying, and that's good. And it's not, we're just fighting right now. Most of the people in the United States do not want what is happening, and do not want all this bad stuff going on, and are on the side of justice. Murder cases have been reopened. Things are happening. The pressure can't let off. On a thoroughly depressing note, because I don't want to be thoroughly depressing, because having talked with my therapist, yes, we are all in survival mode right now. There are times, and I've mentioned to him, and it's true, it's going to happen to everyone. You're going to be okay, and there's going to be times just at the flip of a drop of a hat, flip of a coin. You're going to be like, everything's okay, I'm on top of stuff. Ba-boom, boom, the world is insane and my brain is falling apart. It's all part of being human. It's not the end. We are in survival mode. The world is in survival mode. You are in survival mode. As soon as all this stuff is calmed down, try to pick up the pieces and continue walking forward from there. But right now, you're in survival mode. Hunker down, stay safe. Even if you backtrack, it's okay. Stay alive, stay safe, and when this is done, pick up the pieces and walk forward. And I've been thinking a lot about my bone-hurting juice world and all the various things on that. So while I was walking, I was also thinking, and then I was thinking on it when I got back home. And so it's, on the one hand, parts of it seem really silly, and on the other hand, of course, I really, really like my cosmic horror pantheon and the various parts of it. And so I really, like I say, it's not going to be deep. It's not going to be anything about, no grand insights into the human condition. Just hopefully it's going to be a bit of a rousing story, and that'll be good. So definitely a thumbs up on that. The bone-hurting juice addiction that my characters have been having to deal with in the beginning, I have a feeling that that's going to be more like the characters are dealing with their addiction. They're staying in the area because they don't want to leave, because you run out, then you can't have more. But once this vision happens to the one cleric and they become recruited into the party, suddenly they realize, we're not really wanting to drink this stuff anymore, do we? So I was like, gosh, was the hand of our Lord Satyr involved, keeping us here, so that we could be involved with this? Because I'd mentioned that with the divine pressure of this vision, it leaves a background psychic imprint on the world. Like if you have a piece of paper and you're drawing on it with a pen, when you take that one off on the pad of paper, it leaves an imprint on the paper beneath it. You can take a scraping of it and you get a negative imprint of it. It's kind of like that. It leaves an imprint, a divot on the world, and they bring in these people that are extremely sensitive, and they feel the stuff, the psychic imprint on the area. They listen to what's happening. They can fit that in to see if it all fits into the divots to make sure that what's being said fits. And the main characters are a part of the picture. But they're a part of the picture in such that if you peeled them out of the picture would change a bit, but it still would be largely the same picture. But they want to get involved, and so the more impressions of what's happening and how integral they are becomes more clear as it goes on. But it's like, again, it's not going to be anything more than a rousing adventure type tale with no great insights into humanity or anything like that. Just sword fights, blood, and conversations and monsters and people running around and being deep underground. So thumbs up on that. So looking forward to it, trying to come up with the various types of characters and people that the humans would be, because not everyone, of course, is a monolithic slab of thing. If you're Elvandri, one of the stocky surface dwelling dwarven types, nobody acts all the same. Each person is different. Same with the Dwarlen, the fungal-based elven types that live underground. The magical-based zombie plague characters that live in the Calendris, and of course are coming out, but they got to be very careful because nobody wants just a loose plague. And since this magical plague is passed by bites, if you want to leave, you got to get all your teeth knocked out. Oh, they don't mind. They don't use their mouths to talk, though they can talk. They're magical zombie beings, after all. It's really tragic and awful. I want to talk more about those poor people of the Calendris one day, but we'll get there. So I want to have human types, and I want to have this and that, but they're not a dominating force. It's just there were the 4 universes that were badly damaged, and they went bloop like the one big soap bubble. And so it's the universe and the world is a mix of all 4. No one race is dominating. So Yeah, they're not a monolithic force, but I don't know what the various splits and types of all the various races are yet. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, indifferent. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. And even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, brain damage from alcoholism, and so much more, because of that, I'm amazed I can remember my name at times. Getting better all the time, but still functional limit. Let me call up my Chrome here. We have Ali Shabiri. Thank you so very, very much. We have some guy named Jamie. Greatly appreciated. And Adastra with a question mark. Thank you. We have Jay on Mars. Greatly appreciated. And Witchblades. Thank you. Terry Graham. Greatly appreciated. And then we have Tony Bennett. Thank you. We have Sion Proxy, S-I-O-N Proxy 666. Thumbs up and thank you. Felt cute. Might delete later. Okay, that was mine, but still felt cute. Thank you very, very much. We have Bradley DeLeon. Thank you very much. Kyle Finley. Thumbs up and thank you. Derpsack. Thumbs up and thank you. We have Kathy Kitscat. Good to see you in the comments. Philippe Nolasco, greatly appreciated. Maxwell with an exclamation point. Thank you very much. Taylor Medeiros, thank you very, very much. Vape Star with 3 R's. Thumbs up. Thank you very much. Butternut, I like the name. Thank you very much. Aaron S, greatly appreciated. Chuck's someone from Mott Hall. That's a heck of a name. Thank you very much. We have Maria, greatly appreciated. And Sup4 Hot. Heck of a name. Thank you very much. And then there's Brandon Leach. Thumbs up and thank you. Blade, B-L-A-I-D-E. Thank you very much. Random Kings, 54. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Hopefully I counted correctly. I suddenly can't remember if I did or not. I might have just been doing weird and random hand movements for all I know. But again, thank you so much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with the real people, and that is appreciated to no end. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you wanted to also help me out, but not also, if you wanted to help me out but not send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below if you could check that out. And if you wanted to help me out but not send money, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well. With things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very cool. Now, don't feel obligated. I don't feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. That would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Thumbs up for that. My hand motions are getting very complex of late. Time to make a new change. Well, I have this video. I have another video to edit and record. I'm talking with somebody that actually wants to have me on a podcast today. So, like 7 hours from now, I should be on some kind of podcast. And if that actually works out and is true, then I will provide links and such like that to that. Very cool. So, thumbs up. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend. And we're in survival mode, so do what you can. If you're going to protest, be safe. The cops are literal, just savage, rabid animals right now. Be careful. Be safe.